Hi guys, welcome back to Mel's Kitchen. So I'm going to show you another simple grab and go breakfast recipe. In the last video I showed you a Munster breakfast cookie. This is a similar recipe but it's in a muffin form. You may have heard of it before, called Morning Glory muffins. Now again, cookies and muffins can be a great alternative for breakfast, but I am not talking about the cookies and the muffins that you buy when you go through the drive-thru. Tim Hortons, Starbucks, McDonald's, when you're getting a coffee in the morning. You want to be avoiding any of their baked goods, okay? Ideally, because they're made with, many refined flours, predominantly white flour. They have a lot of sweeteners in there, refined sugars, artificial sweeteners, and they're just not made with real food ingredients, hey? The recipes that I'm showing you in the form of the cookie that I showed you in the last video and also the muffin today, they're full of healthy fats and complex carbohydrates. And it's the fats that are going to keep you satiated. That's what makes you feel full. Okay, if you, every day, if you're running through that drive-thru and you're picking up a coffee and you're picking up a muffin and that's your breakfast, that is not going to do your blood sugar or your body any good. You are going to feel fine and feel full for maybe 5-10 minutes. Your blood sugar is going to be going like this until it hits that peak. It's like that roller coaster, and then it's going to crash and you're going to be no good to anybody. You're going to be no good in that meeting at work or with your clients or with your kids or even just for yourself. You're then that's going to create that cycle of just wanting more and more and more of the sugar and the refined carbs. So let's jump into this recipe, Morning Glory muffin. So in here I have 1 cup of almond flour. I'm throwing in see, I don't use any fancy terms, half a teaspoon of cinnamon. I'm going to throw in a 1/4 teaspoon, the recipe calls for sea salt. Right now I don't have sea salt in the house. I have pink Himalayan salt, which I love, so that's just as good. I am then going to throw in a cup of rolled oats. I then have 1/2 cup of raisins. So I'm going to throw all of those in together and mix it. Just make sure that all the ingredients are mixed well. It is a similar recipe to the Munster breakfast cookie. Some people just prefer muffins. And like I said, it's just a more balanced option than getting your muffin or cookie from the drive-thru. So if you have half an hour a week, just make yourself up a batch of these or the breakfast Munster cookies in the last video, and you get 9 servings in this one and you get 12 servings in the other. So that can get you through a week at least. Okay, so that's all mixed. Then I'm going to put those over there out the way, and then I'm going to put in, I have 3 tablespoons of olive oil. Throw that into there. I have a 1/4 cup of maple syrup. Like I said, I still have to keep looking at the recipe because I have had so many blunders in the kitchen where it might be a recipe that I've made tons of times, but I leave out a vital ingredient. So you will always see me checking my recipe and my ingredients list to make sure I don't miss anything out for you, because that wouldn't be much cop. Okay, so I have the oil, the maple syrup. I'm throwing in 2 eggs, cracking in 2 eggs, we should say. Okay, 1, 2. And then I have a 1/4 cup of almond milk, so throw that in there. You can use regular milk if you really want to. You can use any alternative milk, there's no issues. If you, one thing I should say, in the recipes that I'm showing you for these cookies and muffins, if you don't eat eggs, you can't eat eggs, then what you can do is you can make a flax egg. So you can take 1 tablespoon of ground flax, mix it with 3 tablespoons of warm water and just let it sit on the counter for 5 to 10 minutes and it'll get gelatinous, and that is what we call a flax egg. And I've used that in so many recipes as an egg alternative. So in here I use 2 eggs, so you would want to do 2 tablespoons of flaxseed and then 6 tablespoons of warm water. Okay, so it's the 1 to 3 for every 1 egg. Okay, so I have the eggs in there, the almond milk, and then I have 2 carrots that I'm throwing in, that I've grated, obviously, as you can see. And then I have 1 mashed banana. And then we're going to give this a good whisk. Mix all of that together. Just looking around, make sure I haven't missed anything. That's the nice thing about having all the ingredients laid out in front of you before you start cooking. You shouldn't be able to miss an ingredient because you'll be looking around, you'll be like, oh, what's that left for? Oops, should have done that in. Should have put that in. Okay, so this is really mixed well, making sure that those eggs are whisked up well. And then I am going to add this into the dry mix. Add it all in. Again, another good mix. See, it really doesn't take long. The worst part is getting all the ingredients ready. Once you have those already in front of you, it takes no time at all. So we really should have half an hour at least a week to make yourself something like this up. Hopefully your kids will like it. The only thing with the last two recipes I've shown you is they are made with almond flour, so unfortunately they can't go to most schools because most schools are nut free. Unless you're in high school, then I think you can send it. I'm not at that stage yet, and I don't think I'm ready to be at that stage yet. I'm holding on to them for a little bit longer. Anyway, all mixed in really well, as you can see, and then just put them in my muffin cups. Now I have the oven heating at 375 degrees, and I will be putting these in for about 30 minutes, okay? Now here you can use regular muffin cups and use the liners. These again are like the baking sheet I showed you before. These are from Epicure. These are silicone muffin cups and are a muffin tin. And I love these because you don't even have to use the liners. I just coated it with a little bit of coconut oil, and then all you do, fill them about 2/3 full, I would say. Now these are a little bit smaller than your regular, so I often say the recipe gives you 9 servings. When I use these, I can often get more than that, but that's all good. Sometimes I like them a little bit smaller. Sometimes I don't have a crazy appetite in the morning. So one of these and a protein smoothie, or what I often do is I will make myself an elixir, and I promise you I will do some videos in the future showing you my elixirs, but I add collagen, so I'm getting my protein that way through the drink, especially in the winter. I love having a hot drink and then like a muffin or a cookie, and I'm balanced, and that's often enough to get me through until lunchtime. So here we go. I'm just going to put a little bit more in these ones. Okay, fill that up a little bit more. Oh, just topping them off. I like to top them off, make sure they're good. See, so I've used these. Now I do have a little bit left over. If you have a regular muffin tin, you probably could make either 9 large muffins or 12 small ones. So there you go. And then I'm going to put them in the oven, 375 degrees, for about 30 minutes. Keep an eye on them. Again, you want to make sure that when you insert a knife or a toothpick into them, they come out and they're fully cooked all the way through. Okay, so as easy as that. So try out these recipes, please. Let me know what you think, and I will be back next week with some more recipes in Mel's Kitchen. Don't forget to subscribe if you like what you see. Take care, guys. Be back soon. Bye.